us a quick overview of what this show is about? So when people go there on a late Saturday night when they're drunk too much and want to binge something, they can just go nuts on you.
I appreciate that you think that's the only time people watch my work. You're probably right.
We stole money from a drug dealer. Now we're going to wind up in the desert digging our own graves.
There are no deserts in England.
Well, then, Minehead Beach.
What are we doing? We're doing what we have to do.
Can I come in, please?
Password.
Is it my mother's maiden name?
We're behind the 8 ball here. We're in trouble, mate.
Big trouble.
Brad Blanks, I've zoomed into, is this Stephen Merchant's bedroom or office?
Yeah. Well, thanks for asking. Thanks for humiliating me already. It's a bedroom converted into an office that when I finally get around to taking down these IKEA shelves and putting up like some elegant wood paneling, you'll say, well, there's Steve Merchant in his lavish, the office wing of his lavish mansion. But at the moment, it just looks like I'm in an attic room with a lot of junk stuffed in it. And you're not far off. In fact, if I swivel the camera, it's even more junk. This is it tidied up behind me.
So the Outlaws, we're into season 2 now. It's exciting for American audiences because we get it pretty much back to back with season 1.
Yeah.
Let's give us a quick overview of what this show is about. So when people go there on a late Saturday night when they're drunk too much and want to binge something, they can just go nuts on you.
I appreciate that you think that's the only time people watch my work. You're probably right. They're absolutely wasted on a Saturday night. Let's just stick something on anything. That tall guy from England. So this is a show about 7 people from different walks of life who are all brought together to do community service. They've done various crimes. They are paying back to the community. And in the course of that, they start to get to know each other, but they also get drawn into a sort of criminal conspiracy that's happening behind the scenes. So as you say, that was season 1. Season 2 picks up where that left off. But this time, we're really turning the heat up on the characters.
Last season, we saw you pull off a woman of the night scene, which was groundbreaking, I thought. And now your character's kind of softened. You've developed a love interest, which is a workplace romance.
Obviously, I made my name as one of the creators of the British version of The Office. You're welcome. And back in those days, that was very much drawn from our experiences of offices and our observations of offices. And in that, one of the kind of beating hearts of that show was about an office romance between one of the workers and the receptionist. And when I came back to this office environment here in this new show, 20 years later, it's suddenly, having not worked in an office for a long time, it occurred to me that the rules have probably changed a lot, right? And so now, what was then seen as this kind of innocent flirtation and also will they, won't they? Now, I guess, like if we did that now, that each character would have to be going to their HR person and saying, can I ask the receptionist out for a drink? Is that allowed? Well, we'll need to go and speak to your supervisor. I wasn't really sure what the rules would be. And so part of the fun of this is having my character, Greg, like you say, have feelings for a woman and then immediately panic and then go to his human resources woman to find out what the rules are in the modern workplace. I'm still not entirely sure what they are, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and that scene with the HR lady, that's something to watch. It's a bit of a throwback to great, Hugh Laurie's comedy.
100%, big fan of Hugh. Yeah, Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, take me back 22 years ago when you was setting out on your writing journey. Did you ever think that it would take this turn? I'm talking even, you submitted the tape, right, of The Office into the BBC program. Right. Yeah,
that's right.
Does your brain spin like when you sit down?
Do you know what? It's funny. For years, I would have said, no, of course, I would never have imagined being in this position. And I still can't quite believe it. I mean, Christopher Walken is in my show, for goodness sake. And I went to Stonehenge with Christopher Walken. I went to the Stonehenge with the Oscar-winning star of The Deer Hunter. Now, that's mad. And certainly, I would never have predicted that. No. But clearly, and I was thinking about this the other day, clearly there was some part of me, even back at school, when I thought I wanted to get into the comedy writing business, there must have been part of me that thought, well, maybe I can do this. And I was thinking that's a weird arrogance to have, because I was not an arrogant kid. I did not, it wasn't like I was Mr. Popular. It wasn't like, the kind of boy most likely to succeed. It's like boy most likely to, urinate himself.
Well, thank you. I'm giving you a thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've enjoyed your work for that long, and it's a fabulous story. But it's always good to see what you were thinking at that stage when you were, writing about a chubby guy in an office with all these wonderful characters.
I remember we went in to talk about making The Office, and bear in mind that Ricky Gervais and I had never done anything. We were nobodies, and we walked in, and he said, "So you want to write it and direct it, and this guy's going to be in it. Why should we let you do that?" And I remember saying, with no shade of irony, "Well, we might be the next Orson Welles."
You are the Orson Welles of modern comedy. There you go,
I'm
mate.
the Orson Welles of sort of awkward, nerdy guys asking out women in offices. That's
well, I hope you get to make love.
Thank you very much, both professionally and in real life.